Well, it's Tuesday. It's the 5 by 5 and today is Real Talk with David and Nikki. And of course, I'm your host, David, back again with my co host and probably Prince's number one fan or could be stalker, my girl, Nikki.
Holla, big purple holla to all of our followers.
Pretty funny show for you tonight. We're going to be talking about billionaires that are dating the sisters. There's an app out there that's creating some controversy. It's called Ghetto Tracker. And also, we were talking about Discovery's Health and Fit channel about the new show called Secret Life of a Swinger. So stay tuned.
Excellent strength and perfect clarity is the 5 by 5.
It's Real Talk with David and Nikki. Stay tuned for hot topics, gossip, and a little shade on the 5 by 5.
What's going on, darling Nikki?
What's going on, cuz? Not a whole lot here.
Not a whole lot here either. It's been kind of a cool day and not too bad of a weekend. It's been extremely hot. But, I'm having a good day.
It's very hot here. Nikki's here.
Okay. Watch out. But before we get to our billionaire part of the show, Nikki the other day sent me a link to something didn't have anything. I didn't know anything about, and it was called Ghetto Tracker. It's an app that, as of today, the media is going crazy about it. The guy who started the app is mad. His name is David Foster, who started the app. He's mad because everybody else is getting mad. People are saying it's racist. People are saying it's classist. But I'm like, whoa, this is interesting. So I thought you guys would like to know about this Ghetto Tracker app that this guy, David Foster, is, I guess he's putting out to the iOS devices and Android. It's in beta right now, so you can't download it. But it's interesting. They do have a website. It's called ghettotracker.com. And what it is, it's a app that tracks bad areas in a city. Is that what you got the gist of it, Nikki? That's what was going on with the app?
Yeah, so it's pretty much everywhere I go and where I live.
Shut up. But my thing is, what everybody's saying is it a bad thing? Is it a bad app to have? Does it promote racism? Does it promote a class system? Because what I think the Huffington Post, one of their reports they did on the app, they were saying that it's just as bad as it sounds, because when they first put the beta out there, they were saying they got so much flack about it, they had changed the name to Good Part of Town. And then the guy's like, exactly. So, but my thing is, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's racist. Only thing, I just listened to the interview about, I don't know, maybe a half an hour ago. It was by Ben Swan at benswan.com. He interviewed David Foster, who created the app. And the only part that made me think that he doesn't want to put a racial tone to it, which is very racial, he was trying to find the word ghetto. Because the app is called Ghetto Tracker, and the definition of ghetto is a part of a city, especially in slum areas that are occupied by a minority group or groups. And what he said as his definition of ghetto was a low-class area, slum area occupied by a lot of crime. And the thing is, there was a noticeable pause before he said the last thing, because he knew you called it ghetto, and this is exactly what it is. From my point of view, I don't really care. Here locally, the newspaper used to have a a part in a section of the newspaper that told you where most of the crime was found in town. Sometimes you have to call a spade, no pun intended, so don't get crazy. But, it is what it is. I don't have a problem with it. Black people might get mad at me, and I'm black. Might get mad at me. I live in a inner city area. I know there's crime here, but this is for people who travel. Like, say, if I was traveling to your town, Nikki, I don't know it as well as you do. So, say for instance, you didn't live there. I would like to know. Well, I don't want to go this way because it may be questionable. It doesn't mean that I'm necessarily going to be in any harmless way, but I think it's something to let you know, like, you might want to be careful if you go this place now, because if there's crime there, there's crime there. That fact doesn't change whether there's an app or not, in my opinion. What do you think?
So am I right by saying that he's not trying to suggest, okay, there's minority groups here, don't go here, but instead he's trying to say that, okay, this area is 75% crime, whereas this area is only 5% crime? Because when I went to the Facebook page, they were saying that, not only certain races were upset, but a lot of races were upset about it. But and maybe this is a quick way of saying, like, if I go to visit Los Angeles, where are the bad parts of town? Now, I know locally, well, not even locally, nationally, I downloaded an app not too long ago, and I've talked about it before, and it's called the 911 scanner. And it will tell you, like, live where the calls are being sent out, what's going on. It doesn't show you percentages or a graph or anything like that. Although I think you can get that from somewhere. But it tells you. And so I like to listen to it because I can hear areas around me that are being affected. Like if there's a high-speed chase, I'll stay away from a certain area of town, a street or something like that. So, I kind of know where the bad areas are. And I know just living here, listening to the news too. So maybe this is a short track where you can go to as a reference and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to stay away from this part of town if I'm there. I don't know. I can understand that more so than, okay, you don't want to go here because a large minority is here.
Exactly. Yeah, and I don't think my thing is I don't see it being racist at all. I just think it's just like hey, you need to be careful. And whether this was his intentions, the way he explained it, he says his wife is, I guess she's like in medical sales and she travels to different cities, and he's like she never knew what the bad areas were. Where I understand you have to, like, when I live in Atlanta, where I lived in Atlanta, I had a very middle class neighborhood, but if I went 5 blocks north, it drastically changed. But if I went 5 blocks south, there were $1 million and $2 million houses. So I think it's a good thing. What he says, the way it works, because you can do this on the website right now. The way it works a lot like Gas Buddy, and I think we've talked about Gas Buddy before. And people the users put the information out there. So I don't know if that's going to be a really good indicator of what's bad, because some people might play around. I actually try to look at my city, and nobody has rated any area of town. But in Indianapolis, there was a lot of red.
Where I live, probably. We'll talk about that after we get off phone. It's probably, yeah.
So, it was what it was. When I went to look for this app, I thought it was because I was like, well, where's this app at? And I didn't realize that it was in beta. And then I thought it had gone away and it changed its name. So I looked, but I did come upon a really fun app. Did you download it?
Urban Namer, I did.
Urban Namer. We have about 45 seconds. I want to go through this real quick. On this segment, Urban Namer is an app. You can find it on the iTunes App Store. And what you do, because I put in Ghetto, and this is one of the apps that comes up. So I guess that's a keyword in some of their lingo. I think it's funny, but
you're on Real Talk with darling Nick KK.
Okay, and so I put my name in, and I'm going to use my middle name.
What were you?
I put my name. And so then you turn on the app, and then it has put in your name. Then it has urbanize. So if I urbanize my name, it comes up David. You said David Edward. That's my middle name. David Art Edwarisha. That's my urbanized name. And let's do one. The friend of the show icon is in our chat room. And guys, if you want to call in, the number is 914-803-4988. And you could also jump into the chat room. Darla, Nikki, and I are both in there. Icon is in there as well. So let's try one of our Icono. How you do it? Icono class. So I'm going to urbanize your name, and it's going to call you Iconoclanisi. That's your urbanized name.
Iconoclanisi. I'm going to try to spell that out.
Iconoclanisi. And so let's see if Walmart was to be urbanized, its name would be Walmart Renequina. That's the funniest stuff I've ever seen. So it's a fun app. And have people got upset about this? Because we have very, very colorful names for some of our children, and I don't particularly like it, but it's funny. I think it's funny. I'll leave it on there just to have a joke or a laugh. But give us 2 minutes. We're going to be right back.
Hi, I'm Charlie. I fight fires and I save lives.
My name's Renee. I'm a cardiologist. I save lives.
My name's Anthony. I'm an EMT. I save lives.
You don't have to be a professional to save a life. Firefighters, doctors, and others save lives. You can too. Don't wait. To learn more about the warning signs and how you can help prevent suicide, visit save.org. In a crisis, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK.
Yeah, be cool, just move with the groove, no funk in here, the beat way too smooth, yeah, let's just do what we came to do, just vibe with it, be cool, just move with the groove, no funk in here, the beat way too smooth, let's just do what we came to do, just vibe with it, unleash the verbal blessing, prolific with herbal lessons, so kick back, chill, relax, and learn a lesson, no 9mm, no heaters, a Smith & Wesson, you'll find this rhyme secure with no question. This time let's vibe with time without weapons and groove with the music in the smooth session. This time let's vibe with time without weapons. The beat to me like zap to a tree. It's in me. The rap happens to set me free instantly when the mic touch this MC. Without the mic, this MC feel empty. I'm telling y'all, it's a lyrical recipe, lyrical ecstasy. Hearing no less from me, I accept and expect no less than the best and inject intellect without disrespect. Come on, be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do, just vibe, yeah. Be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do, just vibe with it.
And that was Laz Tunes with Be Cool. Another thing I wanted to talk about, and I know you have a lot to talk about this, billionaires dating black women. Have you got your application ready?
It's been ready. I am ready to roll.
Yeah, I'm getting my application too. I might have to throw in a wig, shave some off this hair, get some red bottoms. But you know what I've noticed from when I read the article, that a lot of these are like Englishmen that are taking the sisters as wives. But of course, everybody
I can
has
work with
something.
that.
Okay, of course, some of our brothers, they're not too happy with the sisters saying, or even this article being out there. My thing is, how many times have we have our very wealthy athletes, television personas, movie stars that are African American that's married to a white woman?
Exactly.
I don't care. So why are you mad that we see now some billionaires, which there's not a lot of billionaires. There's a few. Somebody kind of on some of the comments from this article, they were saying, well, only 3 of these people are really, really billionaires. But there are a lot of very wealthy men. So, say for instance, well, why would I say for instance? I know if you met somebody, he was a billionaire, and you liked him enough, y'all would be married.
You know that's right. That moment.
even
I will
if
not
he was
let
not
59 seconds go by.
Okay, but it wouldn't matter if he was white, Asian,
Black, short,
Latino. Okay, so I was like, "What's the problem?" I just thought it was a cute article that I read, and what the article said of what some billionaires are saying about black women. They said black women are loyal and guard your interests. That's true. You know, how many strong single family homes that are ran by black women that, you know, they are a very controlling force. So when they get that money, they're not going to let it go easy, and they're not going to let somebody come into your life to mess with that money. So I think that's where they get part of that from. And then he says black wives are for grown-ups. So I guess they're saying that you can. I don't know what he means by that, but that's what it says. But you know, it says
they're
it's
more
not for
serious. I think that they're serious. It's like saying, okay, I'm ready for a serious relationship. I'm ready to do this. Need somebody in my life, and so I think that's what he's saying is grown up equals serious.
Okay.
You know, it's not like, hey,
sense.
I'm wanting to duck and dodge and dip and dodge and, you know, I'll take you and you and you and you because I don't know what I want. No, you know, I'm serious about this. You know, so that's what I'm thinking it means.
She wants to be married in a committed monogamous relationship. And but there's a few people that I didn't know had black women as wives or girlfriends. The one main person who was he had a software company named Opsware that was purchased by Hewlett Packard for $1.6 billion in July of 2007 is Ben Horowitz. And he's married to a black woman, you know, so he has a lot of money. They live in Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley.
You know,
your girl, how can you forget your girl? She was on the top of the list.
I know,
Janet.
I know. But somebody else said that he wasn't really a billionaire. But then I read something else that said he's worth $4.5 billion.
He's got enough money for me.
Okay, but
I can put on my hair and look just
money.
like Janet.
Okay.
That's true, too. But then, you know what? A lot of these women, I noticed, though, that they might not have the same amount of money as the men, but they got a lot. Like Melody Hopkins was her maiden name. She married George Lucas.
Melody
Iman
Hopkins
married David Bowie. You know, Iman's got some money. Kelly Rowland, I don't know, you know.
I looked into that. They said that they were being flirty on a red carpet, and this was several. So that's part of that, whatever that article is from.
You better go get your man,
wrong.
Kelly.
Okay, but he's married.
I'll take him.
He's still married.
He's nice looking,
and everybody
too.
who. Oh, he's all right. He was so funny. Oh, he was at the U.S. Open this weekend during the Serena Williams and Victoria Azarenka match. And props to Serena. She won her 5th U.S. Open title. She finishes number 1 for the Grand Slam year, and just because she finished number 1 and won the U.S. Open, she got a bonus paycheck of $1 million. So her total prize money was $3.6 million, and they're calling her the greatest of all time. This is her 17th Grand Slam. She tied Steffi Graf for the most wins not most, but the 5 wins. I think only person ahead of her is Chris Evert.
Wow.
But and she is dating her coach. It's funny, real quick, I was at work when the tennis match was going on. I couldn't watch it because I was getting so nervous. I get really upset when I see Venus and Serena play because I don't want them to lose. And so my mother calls me. This is when she was getting beaten the second set, and my mother calls me, and this is the funniest thing all weekend I heard. She's like, oh my God, David, oh my God. She's like, I got so upset I had to put my oxygen on. I'm like, you need to sit down and stop watching Serena stressing you out. I can't have you having a heart attack and I'm not there. Anyhow, I just thought that was funny. But props to Serena. But yeah, Janet Jackson married. His name is Rasan Almana. You said, oh, and Naomi Campbell. I didn't know she was married or dating Russian tycoon Vladimir Doronin. Here's the thing with Naomi: is she gonna pop him up?
Yeah,
I bet she. Yeah, he is a nice looking man. But is she gonna pop him upside the head with a cell phone? I bet she's not hitting him. You know, because he has too much money. You know, she ain't had too many modeling gigs lately, and she's getting up there. She's still a beautiful girl. Don't get me wrong. And then Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro he is a fine man. I love me some De Niro.
Well, you know, years ago, I read in an article that Janet was seen coming out of his hotel room during, I think it was the year that she was nominated for again at the Academy Awards. That weekend or whatever, she was seen coming from his hotel room. So he obviously likes black women as well a lot. He's, for an older man, he has to be in his mid to late 60s. He's nice looking, and also, you know, and with all the kind of off-color humor that South Park does with, you know, the little cartoon South Park. The show
I was surprised by seeing this.
Yes, he's married to a black female. So, and these guys are not millionaires, but they're wealthy. And also Peter Norton of Norton Security, Norton Software Security. He's married to Gwen Adams. So there's a lot of wealthy men that are dating our sisters. Not to say there's anything wrong with white females, because, you know, y'all got the basketball players. Yeah, I said it. Anyhow.
Okay, and look at them. And I'm not trying to throw any shade or, you know, anything like that, but that's what I think that grown-up comment comes from, because look at them. I don't think that there's a lot of cheating going on there. There's a lot of, you know, in most cases.
You're exactly right. That makes total sense. It makes total sense.
I don't think you're going to hear about that with these people, or it's not going to be spoken because they got so much money that they're going to cover it up, you know.
And they don't care. They don't care, you know.
Exactly.
And but the thing is, sisters, that's why I love my sisters. Black women aren't crazy. I love a black woman. Love them. If I wasn't gay, I would be dating a black woman. Maybe. Anyhow. So on from dating to swinging. Have you heard about the new? I know, right? There's a new show on Discovery Health and Fit. It's called Secret Life of a Swinger. And it's a reality show that follows 5 couples that swing. Some that are new to the lifestyle, some that are been in the lifestyle. What I think is funny, the black couple, what I read the other day, they're already separated. He was on the Today Show, and this is where I heard all this, that he was on the Today Show, and they're already separated. So obviously the show's been filmed, and they're bracket. But I don't get that channel. So if anybody gets that show, please send me a link to it so I can watch it, or send me an email, go to the blog, go to Facebook, and tell me something about it, because I want to know what's going on, because it seems kind of interesting. It couldn't work for me because I don't share very well. Yes, I went to kindergarten, but I don't share very well. But are you into sharing like that?
No,
okay.
No.
Well, what if you had a husband and you loved him, and you know he's the best thing in the world, you were soulmates, and this is something he wanted to do for you all. He
no,
that's how he presented to you. And
no. Maybe the billionaire dude, but no. Not
even
a
if you loved him in
college or something,
and you wanted to make him happy, and this is the man, and you wouldn't do that.
No, because he would be my soulmate, because he would know that I wasn't into that kind of thing. Now the billionaire dude, possibly.
See, shade. Give you a couple dollars, change your mind. But what I thought was funny, they was giving, Hoda Kotb on the show was giving, and I looked and I really couldn't find if these were valid or not, but I thought they were funny. So Nikki, the next time you go to the grocery store, if you happen to buy a pineapple, do not turn it upside down.
Okay, I don't understand that, because it's got the thick leaves on it. How does it go upside down anyway? It would fall over, wouldn't it?
I guess you had to make
Unless
an
you
effort.
Put it in the back.
Well, if you make an effort for it to stand up, then maybe that's an effort enough to let somebody know that you're a swinger. Supposedly, that's one of the signs. So
I'm just gonna do it just for the fun of it, to see how many.
Okay. Oh, you should. That would be hilarious.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not even gonna put it in the cart. I'm just gonna go through the store and hold my cart with one hand and hold the pineapple in another hand, upside down, and just walk through the store and see how many looks like.
Oh my God, that would be
I do crazy stuff like
hilarious. That would be funny. Another thing was really interesting. They said that toe rings, that they are a sign or were a sign of being in the lifestyle. So if you just got your mani-pedi and you want to show off your little tootsies, don't put a toe ring on it because you might get some unwanted advances. Just And then another one that I thought was really interesting and kind of bizarre, the use of white rocks as landscaping in your front lawn.
That's weird.
That is a little weird. I'm like,
I wonder what that symbolizes.
Well, there's a plant. It's called a lampas plant, and this lady had put 2 on her front porch, and that was a sign, and she got a whole lot of phone calls and
oh my gosh, because I got to tell you something after this show. I just had a revelation. Continue. Continue.
A friend of the show says that he does white rock as landscaping in front of yards. It's very modern and mid-century modern. He does a lot of that for his clients, and he's not a swinger. Mm-hmm. I just gave you a cyber side eye. And then the last one, which I thought was kind of interesting, the yin yang sign or tattoo. That's another, but I'll see them on necklaces and stuff. The little yin yang signs. I've never been one to wear the yin yang sign
before, but I just thought that it was yin yang. I mean, I didn't think much about it. Like some of these I don't think much about, like the landscaping. I think, that's nice and pretty, or the toe ring. I've done that before. I think, and then what I wonder when you told me about this is, because we talked about this before, the whole, is it for exclusive neighborhoods or something? Because if you're just like in the hood, who's going to care if you have your pineapple upside down?
Okay, they're like, oh, that's a crazy lady with the pineapple upside down.
Okay. And a toe ring.
And a toe ring. We should get all that, just all these signs and nobody's picking up on it. You might get a brick through your window. You better stop.
A white rock.
Okay, just a white rock. But I thought that was kind of interesting. Like, I'm probably not going to watch the show. Like, my cable provider doesn't offer Discovery Health and Fit, so I'm probably not going to watch the show. But I just thought it was interesting, just to kind of think about it. Well, anything else going on in your world this week?
No, not a whole lot. Be sure to like my gardening page, facebook.com/Chive Talk, and send your pictures in of your fall landscaping if you're using white rocks or you're using those plants. Show me your pictures.
And the next time we talk to you guys, Nicole is sharing her experiences on trying to find a billionaire overseas.
Oh, yeah. Might have one next week. Hey.
And you guys try out that Urbanizer, what was it called, Urban Namer app. I think it's kind of funny. Go to the blog, go to the Facebook page, tell us what you come up with. I'd like to see them because I think it's hilarious.
Nicole Ray Tay Tay.
Okay. And Dave Nisha. But we thank you guys for supporting the show. It is growing. It is getting better, hopefully. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Isn't this party wonderful? It was almost canceled. Did you hear that Bill was really sick with the flu 2 weeks ago? No. Is he okay? It was serious. Bill got sick quickly with a high fever. Jeanette called the doctor right away. The doctor said it was flu and prescribed a medication that helped him get back on his feet. Well, thank goodness. That Jeanette got her flu shot. because you know she's expecting. I guess that was another thing you didn't know.
A message from the Department of Health and Human Services.
Well, you left home the other night. I won't see you for a couple days, but I still leave on all the lights, and all your stuff is still in place where you left it. To fall for that no more.